too flustered. And see, the news is there to add a bit of sensationalization to this story, get the jitters out. Some Arsenal fans are panicking. I understand the history of the club. I understand in the last few decades, Arsenal have not been in best in terms of transfers. But this time, in the last 2 to 3 years, and more mellow and more calm regarding transfers. I will be, I will be disappointed. I'll be surprised if Bayern beat also the signing of Declan Rice. I will give you a reason why I think so. So we all know it's no more news that Arsenal are obviously interested in Declan Rice. As a matter of fact, is our priority signing for this summer. So in the last few days, we hear about Bayern and Tuchel very interested. Now we are hearing today that Tuchel actually called Declan Rice, spoken to him, and Declan Rice doesn't mind exploring that option, which is fair. It's hearsay, right? I know Arsenal have been doing their groundwork since January, and Arteta, even Edu, have spoken to Declan Rice, and there are reports that Declan Rice actually favors a move to Arsenal than any other Premiership team, let alone to a German team. I'm not too flustered. And see, the news is there to add a bit of sensationalization to this story, get the jitters out. Some Arsenal fans are panicking. I understand the history of the club. I understand in the last few decades, Arsenal have not been in best in terms of transfers. But this time, in the last 2 to 3 years, and more mellow and more calm regarding transfers. I will be, I will be disappointed. I'll be surprised if Bayern beat also the signing of Declan Rice. I will give you a reason why I think so. Most English players do not like to leave England because they prefer to stay in England. They get the news, they get their egos fed, they get the benefit of the doubt from the press. So most English players do not like to leave England and go and play elsewhere. Secondly, whatever wages Bayern are willing to pay Declan Rice, Arsenal can match it and topple it. Now, I get it. Bayern are a more prestigious club than Arsenal. They won more trophies in the Europe and they won more of their leagues than Arsenal. And I get it. But they are not financially stronger than Arsenal. They are not. Whatever they are willing to pay, Arsenal can match it. The only way I will get a little bit panic attacks regarding this transfer of Declan Rice to any other club is to the English club, the likes of Manchester United. Why? Manchester United are notorious for overpaying in terms of transfer fee and wages. Chelsea, we know they have a disaster waiting to happen in Todd Bowley, who will break the banks and pay astronomical fees in transfers and wages too. And Manchester City, they are very attractive. They have Pep. They can afford transfer fee. They have a solid structure. Those are the three teams I'll be concerned if they're interested or if they are clearly interested. According to reports, if we believe the reports from John Cross, Declan Rice himself favors the move to Arsenal. He loved the project. He has spoken to Arteta and he buys into it. Now, let's wait and see whether this will materialize. Now, according to a Football Mirror, revealed this week that Declan Rice is expected to inform West Ham that his preference is to move to Arsenal this summer. However, Rice is believed to have held talks with Bayern, Thomas Tuchel in recent days, and in lieu of joining one of Europe's heavyweights could prove a tempting proposition. Like I said, it will prove a tempting proposition to any player. Any player. But let's remind ourselves and take away the hatred for Arsenal, take away the banter against Arsenal. We know English players do not like to go outside England because the English clubs can compete. They are winning Champions League. The league is tougher, in my opinion, than the German league. So why would we want to leave? Arsenal in Europe. Arsenal have a formidable team, in my opinion, a team that the trajectory is upward. Fantastic young player likes of Saka, Martinelli, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Odegaard. The list is endless. Very, very attractive project or process. A young manager that is very ambitious, motivated. Come on. Arsenal fans do not jitter. I will only, like I said, panic a little bit if it was Manchester City. Maybe Man U, maybe Chelsea, but Bayern, no chance. Like I said, they're a more prestigious club. Facts. They're a bigger club in Europe. Facts. Tuchel is a better manager at the moment than Arteta. Arteta just started his managerial career. So aside from that, those things I mentioned, yeah, those are fact. Big. Those things are bigger than Arsenal and Tuchel bigger than Arteta. But English players love to stay in England, and Arsenal can match whatever financial package Bayern are willing to offer Declan Rice. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.